Greetings, one and all, to this week's episode of 10 o'clock. I am Xeno. That is... Oh, I'm not wearing my hat. We're professional. That's Loz. We've got a special Patreon guest, which is Tatsu. There's my hat.
Yo.
And, yeah, first things first, emblems. Tatsu, look at Discord, see emblems.
I like the bottom one.
No, deliberate. Talk more about it. Why do you like the bottom
one? Right, you may use whatever criteria you wish, but do explain why do you like the bottom
one? It's like
a
bunch of pitchforks.
It is like
really cool pitchforks just in a circle. Actually, it's just more like a snowflake.
Well, I thought that looked like a chaos symbol.
A snowflake.
It's a snowflake chaos symbol.
Okay.
Made of pitchforks and candelabras.
Oh, there's a candelabra. Yeah. I have no idea what that is.
It's like a giant candelabra going for the middle.
What's the bottom one? Like a house.
If you turn it upside down. Yeah,
anyway,
it's kind of cool. It's runic. It's nice.
Loz's wins.
I thank you very much, Tatsu. I honestly looked at Xeno's glowing double lotus Celtic symbol and was like, that's pretty good. That was really
Personal taste is the lotus symbol is overused, so
I think now, like I know it used to be the most common item we would see in emblems for guests to vote on, or just in general, was skulls. There were so many skulls,
yeah.
But I think Lotus emblems probably beats that now. There's just so many. I mean, I wouldn't count that as two. That would be one emblem with a Lotus emblem in. But there's it is kind of overused. There is a lot of emblems with it.
Do you remember the first guest emblem you won, Loz, and what it was?
Wasn't it silver?
Yeah, do you remember what it was?
With the Playboy Pikachu.
Yep. It's just like so random. Anyway, so that's emblems. If you want a chance of winning 150 platinum, go into the description below where you see a link to a Google form. You'll see this week's emblems. Click on the one that you like the most. Enter your in-game name. Make sure that you spell it correctly, because if DE can't find it, then no one's going to win anything. Select your platform of choice. And in 2 weeks' time, you have a chance of winning 150 platinum. Surprised I actually said that so quickly and it made sense. That was quick, wasn't it?
It was of an increased rapidity.
Rapidity?
What he said.
Rapidity. Is that even a word? Rapidity. There we go. Word of the week, rapidity. Next,
it's a word. I think.
Is it?
Yes.
Rapidity.
The quality of moving or reacting with great speed. The fact of happening at a great rate. Swiftness.
Okay.
Rapidity.
Cool. You learned something. Right, the more you know. Okay, apparently...
I just call it going really fast.
Yeah. I thought
go fast.
I thought you were going to say velocity, but, Right, so...
That would require a direction, wouldn't it? Yes.
See, now I'm thinking about velociraptors.
No. Isn't a magnitude with velocity and direction?
What does speed require?
Isn't it like the triangle math thing?
No, I think a magnitude is velocity with direction, whereas velocity is just speed without direction.
That sounds...
What did you say again, sorry? Which way did you say?
I think magnitude, right, is velocity with direction.
The short answer is that velocity is the speed with the direction, while speed does not have a direction. Speed is a scalar quantity. It is the magnitude of velocity. There you go.
Okay, that was close.
I think. Yeah, the used word. Yeah, the magnitude. Magnitude.
Right. Okay,
my brain just keeps going to velociraptors.
Not quite. Right, so dojo dusting. There's no new news on TennoCon. I think Loz and I are still planning on going and what is up with your microphone? Tatsu, your microphone is crapping out.
I'm using the wrong pause button. There's two different pause buttons. Hold on.
Well, one of them is making it go all weird static.
That one does nothing, does it?
No, that one sounds fine.
I will use that one then.
Cool. Right. Please continue with that one. So Loz and I are pretty much planning to continue going to TennoCon unless some weird thing So the governments decide, yep, we're going to shut down the flights and things.
Well, it's not going to be shut down the flights. I think more of the risk is that they'll definitely cancel TennoCon. I think at this point it probably will. It depends on what happens to the Olympics, but then the Japanese government are probably going to be rather stubborn because they don't want to lose face.
But do you know Gamescom is still happening?
Is Gamescom still happening?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Gamescom is still happening.
So
didn't one event get cancelled recently though?
Italy has shut all its schools and universities. I know that.
But no, that's recently. Whereas like Gamescom isn't until August, TennoCon is July, and the Olympics is also July.
They probably won't cancel it until 3 months before.
Yeah. Well, it's tricky to say at this point. I think they should. I mean, we're basically being told for an update for everyone who doesn't follow the British news. Britain, we're basically saying expect the next 3 months of everyone's lives to be very different to how you're used to be, and you may just have to bottle yourself up in your home for 3 months, kind of thing, is kind of what we've been advised.
Yeah, wasn't the latest cure is going to be 18 months?
Yeah, so these vaccines for these kind of things take a long time to do.
I heard something that the UK government's going to dump is it something crazy like 84 million?
Yeah,
into expediting the production of the cure, not cure.
Can we just change the word for creating to development of a?
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever played Plague Inc., you'll know how this works.
No, wait. I thought that we had a vaccine, but it would just take so long to produce. Nearly.
No,
I heard.
We don't have a vaccine.
Okay, I heard that one had been.
No.
Okay.
No,
because it's essentially a mutated strand of the flu. Like essentially, it's not really. But
no, trust in Loz. Loz be bioman. Loz know about peristalsis.
Okay.
Right.
No,
it has a similar effect at the start.
It has a similar effect, but it is in the same family, sort of that kind of virus. But that doesn't mean it's related to, because it's what animal it crossed over from. So it's sort of like
yay for
fish. So yes, yay for bats. leave the bats alone.
They've doomed us all.
So it's like the other ones crossed from birds, but these ones are crossed from bats. So going back of the ancestor between those two viruses is going to be a long way. So they are related, but they didn't come from the other. They're very apart. Yeah, a long time ago, you see. But then we have no immunity to this disease. It's a completely unknown thing because you know what? People normally leave bats alone. Like swine flu, yeah, okay. Pigs, yeah, we got a lot of pigs. I know that. Birds, well, birds, it's everywhere, man. Bats, who plays around with bats? Leave the bats alone.
The only people that play with bats are Batman and vampires.
Next will be alligator flu, and you're just gonna be like, why?
How?
Why did you have to do
just
that?
how even?
Just leave them alone.
Actually, no, I think in the southern area of the States they do eat alligator meat.
Probably. HIV did probably come from eating monkeys and killing monkeys. Who knows? But that's probably all the causes.
Eating and killing monkeys. Moving on. So that's it for Dojo Dusting. We're now
never going to see otter flu. I can tell you that.
They're too cute to eat.
That sounds like a challenge. Right,
moving on.
Yep. So next we have the cards. Right. So first card of last week. Right. Should there be a fourth Nightwave intermission now? I think that was supposed to be third. I don't know why I put fourth.
You might as well skip the third. It's been going on for so long.
Fair point. Right, so should there be another Nightwave intermission? 53 people responded. 41% said no. 58% said yes.
Yeah, I completely agree on this one. Basically, what they should do is we should be getting an intermission for the second Nightwave thing. Now, in theory, this if patterning should come after we've gotten the third new Nightwave. We then get the intermission for the second Nightwave. But this intermission has run longer than the other the actual Nightwave sections. It's just getting ridiculous.
It doesn't show any inclination of stopping.
In a realistic thought, they should have made it 60 stages rather than 30. They should have just added the extra 30 with an extra load of loot for the second Nightwave.
It might be hard coded to be 30. You never know.
Yeah. Wait, sorry. What are we talking about?
the tiers, so they could have set it up to have the intermission would have 60 rank ups to get.
So it would include 1 and 2.
Right, yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I don't think they were planning on this. But anyway, let's move on. The second graph. How do you feel about the proposed rework? 53 people responded. 3% said negative. 3% said neutral. 33% said positive. And 58% said wait and see. So
this has gone live now, hasn't it?
It has gone live. It went live yesterday for us because we were recording on Friday.
Right. So, any opinions on it so far?
I feel like a god playing with my Brahma.
Wow.
Yeah, like before Tatsu would down himself like every microsecond. Mm-hmm. So now he can actually stay alive for a little bit longer.
The fact that I can fire it at my feet and take barely any stagger is great.
I've got to say,
that I think needs to change. They need to ragdoll, make it so you ragdoll upwards when you do that.
Oh no! I don't think it should rag. So I was thinking about this earlier today. I do not think you should be able to ragdoll yourself by hitting the terrain. You need to be able to hit an interactable target, because if you like accidentally hit a wall or whatever because you can't aim good, then you shouldn't be punished for that. Like, you should be punished for firing it too close to an enemy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, and also the weird errors we were getting yesterday, like where you'd shoot it in the face and then you would just stagger slightly. I was talking to one of the members of DE and they said, I don't remember experiencing this. I went again and tested it today. I think either something else was at play or they fixed it, because I couldn't get it to stagger slightly. It was always a massive stagger. Or...
I think they did make a change in last night's patch.
Yeah. Right. I'm pretty much happy with what's happened. There's some minor player changes for pretty solid builds. I think that corrosive projection is now...
Yeah, that was going to be my question.
Yeah, completely and utterly pointless. All hail infested impedance. Or speed holster. I mean, I can't see a reason to use any other aura mod, so...
Steel charge gang.
No, don't know what that is. And what else? Yeah, so it's fine. It's fine as is. Right, should we go to the next card, or do you guys have anything you wanna? No, okay, next card.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel about the new war being episodic? 53 people responded. 10% said negative. 15% said neutral. 24% said positive. Positive! And 50% said wait and see. So those 24% are clearly trolling me here.
It isn't a horrible idea. It's too long of a gap between it.
Yeah, for such measly.
It's like it's essentially just like adding. I was going to compare it to Fortnite. It's like Apex Legends, for example. Don't play it. Don't scream at me. They add a gun every month or something. Like one gun. It's kind of just like waiting a year.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think that's really comparable, because we got the Chimera prologue, right?
Oh,
2 Christmases ago. Was it 3? When did we get the Chimera prologue?
I think I was still playing on console at the time, so it was either 2 or 3.
No, wait. Chimera prologue. No, that's after the sacrifice.
Yes.
Is that a Christmas? I can't remember. How long is that?
It was update 23.10, which was released on October 12th, 2018.
Right, okay, so that's 2018. Right.
Maybe it wasn't on console then.
So it's been like a year and a half since we've had it, and then we get a new one a year and 3 months later, and it's, no.
Yeah, I'm not happy with the wait at all.
No.
I think they should have... They should have just postponed that until...
No, they should have just done it. Right. Loz, do you have anything you want to follow up with?
Well, we did get Rising Tide and Error to follow it up.
Rising
last
Tide?
Yeah, Rising Tide. That was a bit of a mess, though. They've only just gone back and fixed that yesterday. So
yeah,
that was too long of a wait to fix that.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
I mean, what was that? 4 months?
Wait. 4 months for what?
4 months since Rising Tide. It's 4 months-ish. It's not quite 4 months. Was it
but
free?
to be honest, I like them to do quests in that way. They should do more quests like that, where they do it really hard at first to drag out time, and then after time they're like, yeah, let's go back and just reduce those.
I don't mind that, but it's almost as if they never really intended to drop it. Because it's kind of a first.
No, So the problem is that they needed a way for us to. I mean, we had it. We had Railjack for what, like a month before they shut up shop, or even like 3 weeks before they shut up shop.
Rising Tide was released on update 26.10, which was the 22nd of November.
Yeah,
just 3 months then.
Yeah, but no, I'm not prepared to accept that because they were closed for a couple of weeks during the Christmas period, and they don't really, do anything. They don't release anything during January. Like, I don't know. I'm very sure that
those 2 months are just that they're expected to be dry.
Yeah.
Like, that's the same for all games. They release a Christmas event, they go off for Christmas, and then they come back and sort things out.
Yeah. So, anyway. Should we move on? Because I feel like we're just going to go around in circles on this. Right. And then the last card is, will you get Lotus for Smash Bros. Ultimate? 58 people responded to this. 3% said yes, 12% said no, and 84% said I don't own Smash.
And with the 84?
You own a Switch?
Yeah, I got it recently, but...
Well, I managed to get the Lotus just before it ended.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Hold on, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
Nice.
What, you mean literally minutes before it ended, or what?
No, it's like I got it. So, from my understanding, it was supposed to finish at like 6 a.m. our time. And I got it at, I think, 11 p.m. at night. The night before, so that there was no way on earth I was gonna get up to try again.
I've never played Smash, but isn't it still technically in rotation that I read somewhere? That's just really hard to get.
As far as I was aware, she's not on rotation anymore.
I think they're all supposed to be added. So they'll be added in the store later or something. They're going to be re-added. It's not a one-time thing.
Yeah, I can imagine it's not a one-time thing, yeah.
But I think when they get added to the store, they get added back into rotation as well. It's like a 6-month gap.
Yeah.
So, Loz, when are you going to get your Switch?
Well, my next purchase of things which are not being produced right now is hopefully to pick up by the time this comes out on the Monday, everyone please hope for me, a Steam Index, which a batch is coming out for sale at 5 p.m. our time on Monday. So that's what I'm buying next.
So do you have Monday off?
No, I'm going to stay at university, but when it comes to 4:30, I'm going to be like, everyone, I don't care if you annoy and reprimand me for this, I'm going to sit in my room on my stupid university internet connection and just go refresh. Works for Tenno tickets.
I hate you so much. Right. So that's it for the cards. Let's go to the Patreon questions.
Yes, we shall. Right, Patreon.
Oh, right, yeah. Where's my phone?
I'm gonna try. I didn't actually see him say if I got it right or wrong last week, so I'm just gonna try and get. Where's my list gone? Right.
Yep, it logged me out.
So the first one is from Joshua Minnick.
Yep.
Yeah. Double memes for episode 333. I was going to save it for something special. I'm going to save double memes for something special, especially when I see a lot of good memes. Episode 333. You can have... Would you want 33 memes or something?
No, it's
333 memes, Loz.
33, okay, right.
The whole episode is just...
I can get you the top 333 memes off of the subreddit if you want, but I don't think that'd be very good. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Next one, also from Joshua, with as long as it has taken for Squad Link to be implemented into Railjack, by your guess, how long will it be before Kuva Lich ship battles or the Lich system in general are a part of Railjack at all?
I think that's entirely dependent on the success of the event. I think they need to assess how. I think was it so we had a survival event and then we didn't get survival mission types till like a couple of months later.
Yeah.
So it's like when they've done the event, they will then need to go and get if they manage to get it to work straight away. Like, nope, this is the final version of it. You know, after the event, you just have it. Cool.
I think I'll eat my hat if that happens.
That's Squad Link though, not Kuva Lich's in.
Yes, I know, but my thought is, depending on how successful Squad Link is, determines how much effort they put into getting Kuva Liches into Railjack. Because right now, Railjack needs some serious TLC first.
It also needs serious content.
Oh, yes.
That is part of the TLC, yes.
Yeah, and they could add Kuva Liches and Kuva Lich ship battles in as sort of like a early lower tier of it, and then a Squad Link tier comes out later. So
they could come at the same time. We don't know.
Yeah.
The Kuva Lich ships could be part of the event for all we know.
No, I really don't think so, because like the whole thing is supposed to be focused around the sentience, isn't it? Like did you watch the last dev stream?
Parts of it, yeah.
Yeah, so like
no, I know what it is.
Yeah, so like a big thing is they were pushing like, oh yeah, it's supposed to focus around the sentient anomaly ship and stuff like that.
Okay.
Same again, Joshua. What part of Warframe would you like to see a revision of the most? Can be a new, can be old, primary or tertiary system, but what is a good place to start?
Mobile defense missions.
So yours is a mission type or mission type?
Mobile defense missions, because it's just like this is one of the really early game modes that has been in since the get-go and could really do with some additions or alterations.
That's true. It could be. The thing is, I would like to see mission types as a whole change. I'd like it, if you say mobile defense, I'd like a mobile defense on Earth to be different to a mobile defense on Pluto. Because you do get this with some missions. What's sabotage missions?
Yeah,
you know, sabotage mission. Yeah, they do vary a lot, and I'd like to see that for a lot more mission types as that. I would like to say it's kind of not really that important, but rewards across the board. Like, what is rewarding? How much do we reward players, and what needs to be gated? I'm sick of all of the daily caps. Why are some of those even existing at this point? They just make me not want to play the game, not log in a game day afterwards. I look at the daily focus cap and go, I can't be bothered. If it was gone, would I play more? Probably. I imagine it must be the same for players who are looking to do either the Ostrons or Voxelaris and what's the other app I'm missing?
Quills?
No. There's the ones.
Solaris United.
Solaris United, because they're linked together. You know, it's one after the other, and it's just like a stupid. Oh, I've got to wait till tomorrow before I can do any more. I don't like that. I don't think that over the long term is a sensible position. I think those caps should be gone. That's what. And then it goes to things like sortie rewards as well. I think rewarding. How they're rewarding players as a whole is something which needs to be looked at.
Sortie rewards definitely need to be looked at.
Yeah, but then you've got arbitration rewards, then you've got, what am I missing? ESO rewards, then you've got void rewards, and you've got relic rewards, and you've got other relics, and you've got Kuva missions. I think a re-examination of the whole system and rebalancing it, because some of them are really good and some of them are really bad because they've never been looked at. So that's what I pick.
For me, I'd probably say augments. It's just, I think I need to sit back and look at all the augments for the frames, because a lot of them, they never get used. And they're supposed to make the game not easier, but different.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, they just do not do that. It's just a slight addition to the skill, where the skill works better without the augment, and it's not great. PvP augments shouldn't be separate from PvE augment stills. I don't think they are, actually. There's only one or two.
There might be
one or two still.
PvP only ones, but
I think Rhino and Atlas might have. Oh yeah, because isn't Atlas still got the giant guy? Where's that PvE yet?
Not
I
sure.
haven't played Atlas in so long.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Also from Joshua, I'm allowing myself a fourth question because no one else has asked any. Looks at long list of questions to follow. What are you doing, Josh? Bonus duck, double meme, Vandal, Kuva, Prime, Clem. When? Never. Next, moving on from Zurgle. Do you think it'd be possible for the community to come together and create our own event?
No, I think the community would argue with itself too much.
I think it would just be a giant pile of salt. And that would be the event. It would just be a salt decoration.
No, I very much envision it to be like a lot of.
I just imagine.
Oh god, what's the the? Oh god, there's an animation of like Xboxes versus PlayStations, and then there's like the PC Master Race turns up on like an Alienware.
Are you talking about Flash Gits?
I think so. Yeah. And then like I think there's one variation of it where like another PC Master Race turns up.
I think the mobile phones turn up.
No, it's not. No, there's a PC Master Race.
Oh,
and then a second PC Master Race turns up. Like, yes, well, I have 16 gig of RAM. It's exactly the same apart from more RAM. But anyway, I very much envision that a community-driven, a community-designed event would just involve certain people wanting to be the winner and no one else allowed to be the winner, and they would just, verbally fight it out until the rest of the community just give up the will to live.
Can I go back on what I want to be revisited? Can we just have the community revisited?
I don't think D have any control on
community there. I think I need to revisit it. Zrugel also asks, how do you feel?
I don't understand the question.
How do you feel?
I don't know the rest of that movie. I don't watch the early Star Trek movies, but yeah.
What is your problem, Spock? Do you not understand the question? You are half human. The computer knows this. Sorry, moving on. He says, how are you? But I was going for that one. Nick Evans says, what's the opinion from both of you on one of the more obscure but more impactful changes to the status system? The change that means elemental procs now have exactly the same calculation weighting to appear as IPS procs. Previously, IPS was 4 times more likely to proc. I would have to see how this plays out, because I'm worried that the whole goal, I don't know if you know, if everyone wants a history lesson, but the reason we moved to the damage system 2.0 is because the old damage 1.0 system was basically what you did is you stuck there was only 4 elements at that time, and you stuck all 4 into your gun, and you'd shoot enemies with it, and they would be frozen, while on fire, while electrocuted, and I think there was toxin damage.
Yeah, there was toxin.
Poison. So you would just basically shoot enemies, and they couldn't move while flailing because they were on fire. While beyond flask or taking damage tox, while being shocked, so they were going while being poison ticked, and it was just ridiculous. So they wanted to get away from what was called rainbow builds at the time, and that's obviously why the elemental procs were so low. I mean, 4 times less likely to proc versus the IPS is crazy. But then the IPS was stupid because Slash was the only good one, and you see Slash. So the fact that the others are more likely to proc now, which makes them more, you can rely that you're going to get that effect more. I think it sounds more interesting. Maybe it'll make things like Blast, which I always like Blast. It's quite interesting in AoE knockdown, so you can crowd control with just 2 bullets of your gun. That's more regular. That could be kind of cool. So I think we'll have to see how it plays out in the game, and maybe there'll be changes to come, but sounds good to me.
More Tonko.
Can we just make the Tonko be the only weapon that does self-damage?
No.
Revert it to its original state.
Actually, I was talking to Marcus, just random side story, about how the way to test whether or not the Brahma was acting differently from everything else was to take the Tonko and run up to an enemy and shoot it in the face. And then I completely forgot that they'd actually put a minimum range on the Tonko, so that didn't work anymore.
Oh, still don't like that minimum range.
I think that's too enthusiastic, LOL. Slow it down. Yep, there we go. That's it. That's the true. Congratulations, you're a moron. There we go.
D have hotfixed out the shield gaking function from Frappy Zephyr.
Oh, for God's sake, I know who this question's from.
Okay.
Which gave Zephyr a saving throw against the obstacles. If you timed the regen correctly, should these unimportant side games like Flappy Zephyr or Conclave ability benefit from these changes, or should they remain untouched?
They should remain untouched.
They were built
Skill.
with a thing in mind. They should remain untouched.
Yeah,
If
skill.
they gave us, if something like this happens and people want it, give us an option to have both game modes.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
There you go.
Skill.
And the last one, also Nick Evans, with the new knockdowns and self-stagger on explosive weapons, do either of you think that the Angstrom's rockets should now actually launch when you pull the trigger, or should they still have a half a second delay between releasing the trigger and actually launching like they currently do?
What's the Angstrom?
It's the Corpus rocket pistol.
Well, the one that guy made, the cosplay, he actually sculpted it. Remember, it was a community shout out a while ago.
Probably.
It looks like a giant box.
It looks like
No.
a T. Like
Yeah.
It looks like a T, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
that,
I'm holding
that one,
a T,
right?
like straight line grip, and then line for gun.
Yeah,
All I
that
know
one.
is it has a prisma.
Yeah, that was a really good sculpt of a gun.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
As for this, I don't know. It would be cool, but that's kind of the feel of the weapon. So I'm not sure if actually changing that would make too big of a feel. Maybe it make it better, but maybe have a mod that lets you do that, but makes another change. So I'd like to see some sort of gun mod for it. But yeah. Right, that's it for Patreon questions.
Cool. Moving on to the community shoutouts.
Right, there was some stuff going on. No, okay. You insist.
Yeah, I do. No, community responses. So I keep doing that. I need a different word. I don't want community anymore.
So I thought you wanted it. I'm like confused now. So Nick Evans replies from last week.
Okay.
Nick Evans, Yokai 1235 and Pepper were discussing. I think I was writing YouTube comments between a few people. I was like 11 replies to this point about the Geminici skin for Valkyr.
Oh, really?
Yep. There's a bit of debate on this. So the breaks down if I've got the thing here. So what it says on the text on the item is before Alad V, before the experiments, there was Gethsemane Valkyr. And the only other thing I also found while on the wiki is that the skin, while it was in works, the skin was known as the pre-corpus skin until its release. However, I'll put Nick Evans' point forward here. I will skin the next person that goes on about Gethsemane. It is canon. It was an appearance that was used before the Tenno turned on the Orokin, but it is not the default look for Valkyr between her prime and now. There is a missing appearance for Valkyr, and Alad V found and tormented to make current appearance of base Valkyr. She was a berserker frame before, now she's just insane. So, obviously, the description of Gethsemane just simply gives you a time point. It doesn't mean... It implies, but doesn't directly imply, that definitely for sure that this is what Valkyr looked like before her skin was peeled off, and it's just indicating a time point is what I think Nick Evans is putting forward. So
Yeah.
is it canonly what Valkyr should look like, or is it just what a Valkyr would look like in the past?
Potentially, it would look like it would be a Valkyr, not the original Valkyr.
Right, so what did it when Alad V captured a Valkyr to strip the skin off and then strip the skin off, did that Valkyr look like or did not look like Gethsemane?
Don't know.
Yeah, that's what Nick Evans is basically saying. And other people were basically like kind of splitting hairs. This is clearly what it is supposed to look like, and so there's a debate between those 2 points. Moving on. Tony Kovanen.
Actually, I want to point out one thing about Valkyr is the fact that the head that she is always shown off with is one of the alt helmets. It's the Bastet helmet, not the default one that comes with. So, like all the statues, all the models, all the mod art, it's always the Bastet one, not the default one.
So what? And you're saying the Bastet one? You're saying that the default one?
Do you remember when they first showed off Valkyr? They showed
I know the two helmets very well, but I'm trying to see what's your point.
Well, my point is that the Bastet one does not look like the Gethsemane helmet at all.
Right.
Yeah?
So you're on the lines of
It's I don't know. It's unlikely. But I mean, until DE turn around and actually give us a concrete answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tweet them, by the way, if anyone who wants to get this answer, give them a tweet and get the answer from them. Because
Send more tweets at Steve.
Yep, Steve loves tweets. Tony Covenant. Actually, you can't get focus lenses anymore from Sorties, which is sad. Oh yeah, you forgot there is also 600,000 Kuva. 100,000 Kuva?
When was that put on there?
I don't know. I don't think
Not
600,000.
6,000.
It says 6,000k Kuva.
I
Yeah,
thought
it's
it's supposed to be just 6K.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that would be
point
6 million.
6 million.
6 million, yeah. 6,000 Kuva, yeah.
Yeah.
Siddhanta Sen. Ah, right. So we were talking about limbo, and is limbo an example of you recovering the actual frame? And they were going with what's called Theseus's paradox. And I'll explain it quickly for you guys. Theseus paradox is you get a boat. It's made of wood, and you ride your boat around in your boat. This is Theseus's boat because it's got Theseus on. He says this is my boat, so it's Theseus's boat. Theseus' boat goes around the ocean and gets hit by some rocks, and thus it gets damaged. Theseus replaces the damaged bits of wood with fresh bits of wood. Is it still Theseus's boat?
Fair point.
And then you go around and then you replace it in the future. You may end up replacing the entire boat, and you've got a whole new boat. You could even get the old parts, put all the old parts together to make a different boat. It is the boat that's had all bits replaced, still Theseus's boat. And that's true. But with the limbo bits, what happens is limbo did a void jump or something beyond the powers he could control and ended up splitting the Warframe across several different planets. And you are actually recovering the broken original part that you are then converting or designing a
Replica?
blueprint.
Sure.
From that, or yeah. So that's what you end up with, a blueprint. So I'm not sure how this works for this, but there you go. You're still working off of the original one limbo that was spread around the solar system, not a limbo in general, or one of many limbos. There's only this one limbo. So anyway. Natsu apparently said Natsu. That same Natsu? Is this you, Natsu?
No.
This is Tatsu.
No, Tatsu. That's not an N. That's a T. Why does everyone say Atsu in their name? Anyway, Natsu, not Tatsu. Check out. Oh, they checked out Avira's entry in the Levarian. And I still haven't got around to doing this, but apparently they did not feel, because last week we had someone saying that they wouldn't play Avira anymore because they said it made them feel like Avira was a slave or something, and they were not getting this vibe. I've still got around to do this, but I will get around to moving it. Shoutout also says, by the way, Xeno, every glamorous pose is a JoJo pose.
Fuck off!
Oh, no.
You do not sully JoJo like this!
Super Spanner says, Xeno, you're looking in the wrong place for the Lotus Spirit in Smash. It's not in the World of Light map, but on the Spirit board at certain times.
Yeah, I found
Spirit
that
board
out
is found on
afterwards.
the Spirit tab on the main menu as opposed to Adventure. Lotus should be
That'll be late.
But still.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah. And lastly, Pepper did ask, is your Frame Face clan in the same alliance as Zandy Pants clan?
No.
Oh, there you go.
I don't think so. I don't know. I'll have to double check.
I mean, I can just go on the server and check.
If you want.
I mean, Xander's in there. Oh, wait, no, it's a different Xander.
Anyway. Alright, so that's it for the responses from last week. Cool. So moving on.
YouTube replies.
YouTube replies! There! Easier. I like 2 words. 2 words is easy. Right, so now we're going to move on to the topics. Right. Topic number 1, which is actually one of the topics from last week, but we didn't do it because it was a long episode. Right. If you think about it, Corpus invented Kuva liches years ago and already have a template for their own Kuva lich system. Then topic 2. Default aura after changes. And then topic 3. Shotguns and launchers feel very underwhelming. Going back to topic 1. Okay. Remember the Animo project? A combat...
Remember the Alamo.
No, Animo. A combat...
Remember the Animo.
A combat shell that is deployed into combat. Ambulance fights you and when you kill it, studies what it did wrong, send the data to an AI processor, and incorporates it so that its next version will be even stronger than the previous one. This is quite literally what the Kuva Lich system was supposed to be in the first place. It even has its own chase to defeat.
Chase?
Yeah, no, it has its own chase to defeat it. Collect nav beacons to find the hidden core.
Strike its weak point for massive. The giant enemy crab.
Was it like? Oh yeah, it's historically accurate feudal Japan.
Giant enemy crab. Ridge Racer.
Right.
Anyway, I completely agree with this. I would love to see the Animo project get combined with the old mini recording event that never got any storyline to it, which was the proxy rebellions that we've had, I think, about 3 or 4 times. I would love to see that the Animo project was either the instigator of the old proxy rebellions and like has become self-aware, like Skynet style. They have to do robots for the Corpus version of the Kuva system, or the
Either
Lich
that or
system.
cyborgs, at least.
I don't know. I
mean,
really
like
think...
Grineer's the whole thing about cyborgs.
No, but I would. The reason why I say it's got to be the proxies and it's got to be something unique like the
amalgams?
proxy rebellion is because it's more than just the actual Corpus Lich that I want to be different. I want the method that we go about finding them and killing them to be different.
Yeah.
And so if it was a rogue AI that was doing bits and pieces and go around, it would make sense of why it's different. It wouldn't, unlike the liches, it wouldn't need to conquer areas of the map. It wouldn't care about that. It would just care about designing better ways to kill you.
All I can think of is the episode of Invader Zim where he gets a chicken walker Mac and Gur's just screaming, "What is it? Hunter, what is it?" Part of me does like the idea of...
Sorry, can I reply with the only thing that pops into my mind every bloody time is, look at this child, full of plentiful organs.
Like, I do like this idea, regardless of the fact that they butchered so much technological speak in this paragraph. I'm ignoring that. I'm retrying hard. I do like the idea. Maybe it's a case of you actually have to manufacture a amulet. So you actually have to go to like a factory. You know how like the Raptor is produced at a factory? You actually have to actively choose to construct one.
Right.
Yeah?
For what end?
Well, you'd have to have a law reason, or maybe just, oh look, rewards. But the whole idea is that you choose to do this, much like you choose to hunt down a larveling. But like the larvelings are still in the environment. Whereas to get this Animo Lich, it's you actually having to go to a factory and put it together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a different way of doing it.
You put it together, you kill it, and you get it as a pet.
Maybe.
Oh,
it would kind of work like the Moa pets.
Proxy pets that you... So instead of... Oh, that would be kind of cool. That would be cool.
You know, you could change it so that you're building this Lich to try and, I don't know, get some information out of it or whatever. But in the it's a weird roundabout way of doing it. So effectively, you have to make sure that the construction of it is completed. So you could start that as a defense mission.
Mm-hmm.
And then, or even an interception mission. And then once it's completed, the Corpus own it, but then they can't risk it being destroyed because of the technology or the information that it has in it that you can then steal. Does that make sense? It's a bit of a swings and roundabouts, like, but why would you build it if, like, why would you have this facility to construct it if, am I making any sense? So imagine a conveyor network for building a shitty car, right? But Tenno can go there and say, I don't want you to build a shitty car. I want you to build a sports car that has super engines and all this hidden technology that you've got that's really expensive to manufacture. And then, the power plant executives are like trying to stop you from building this super sports car. But you've got but when it's built, the super executives have it and they got to make sure that you can't get it. Yeah?
Why wouldn't they just blow it up?
Because all the resources that have just been put into it.
Why wouldn't they just take the resources back?
What,
Yeah.
disassemble the car?
Yeah,
Maybe that's part of it. Maybe the whole thing is you actually have to make sure that, you get out. So instead of the Animo Lich being something that's hunting you down, it's something you've got to protect. Maybe it is like a mower. You've got to take it with you, and it learns through combat.
It's a baby mower.
It's a baby mower.
Cool. I like that idea.
Yeah?
That's kind of how I've always wanted Kubros to be, raised. I want you to be able to take the puppy out and then just, teach it.
I always wanted, the animal companions to be like the creatures from Black and White. And
I still want to be able to ride my cat.
I wasn't going to go that far. And basically you teach the cat not to be a carnivore, and then it gets horribly sick.
Oh, God.
You could do that in Black and White.
Oof.
Yeah, you just punish it every single time it eats a person or eats an animal. And no, you only eat grain, and then it gets really sickly thin. It's like, but I'm a carnivore. No, you won't. You be vegetarian, bitch.
You're vegan now.
Yep.
Oh,
People do that in real life.
Yeah, but that's...
It's concerning.
Yeah. So what do you think about the idea of your corpus equivalent to a lich is not something you have to farm and kill, but it's something you have to raise and nurture?
Sounds more like a companion with a mission type than a lich.
It sounds like a mobile defense, but the thing you're defending is actually mobile.
This
And
mower is mobile.
And
This
following you
mower
around.
is mobile.
So say you're doing an exterminate, it would be following you, so you'd be protecting it like a mobile defense whilst killing the stuff for the objective.
So, do you think that the Corpus Lich should always should share the same traits as a Kuva Lich, where you have to kill it?
Depends on how cute it is.
No.
No. You could still keep the whole thing at the end, where you can either kill it for its components,
Oh yeah,
or save it.
I mean, if I get a Lanka Vandal out of it, I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, exactly.
By
the way, if I was up to me, they wouldn't have bloody guns, but of course they have to have guns, don't they? Because everything has to have guns in it.
No.
You can have melee
I think-
weapons.
I was thinking more like Robot Wars in the long run. Just attach saw blades to it, and it could just.
So what
I'd love
if?
to rescue them and then pit them against each other?
What
Yes.
if after you've had it with you, after you've nurtured it for a while, it grows up and then it turns hostile? It's like, I have exceeded your teachings. Now
just put a bullet in
I
it.
am the master.
Now I'm just remembering that episode of SWAT Cats when that AI eats the other AIs that were the main, was one of the antagonists.
I don't
God
remember
damn, I
that.
like SWAT Cats.
Huh?
God damn, I love SWAT Cats.
Yeah, I never understood that because they had a jet.
Yeah, man.
Like,
No, cats in a jet.
but for some strange
solving
reason,
crimes.
did SWAT stand for something?
Yeah.
What did it stand for?
It's the strategic warfare animal. No, that's not it.
My God, we're talking about so many things that Tatsu's like, I'm too young to know any of this.
I kind of knew it a little bit when I was a kid.
What did it stand for?
Are you sure it just wasn't called SWAT Cats?
It was
So-
called SWAT Cat.
It's
SWAT
just
Cats
it's
the
just the
Radical
name.
Squadron, isn't it? Was it the full name? I watched it. Oh, it has an 8.4 on IMDb. Oh, guess I know what I'm watching this weekend.
I'd love to watch it again. But it doesn't seem to explain what SWAT Cats stands for. They're just SWAT Cats.
Yeah.
I think SWAT would generally just be what SWAT actually stands for.
What, Special Weapon and Tactics?
Yes.
Special Weapon Animal Tactics. Sorry, I mean, what?
Special Weapons and Tactics. We've got a jet!
Well, that was the confusing part. It's like, we got a jet. I'm like, but you wouldn't use a jet in a city.
I don't want to ruin your childhood, but this just looks like a furry's dream.
But it was done before then. Before it was tainted. Now
Oh
it
my
is
God.
tainted
The
permanently.
female cat, though.
I don't remember what she looked like at all. This is where you're going to paste it, isn't it?
No, Warframe.
Right. Okay.
Wait, is there a
Warframe.
modern version? Sorry.
Right. I think we should move on to replies because I can't think of anything else to add to this.
I
I've lost the link.
Holy shit, Charlie Adler was in it. And Jim Cummings. Wait, didn't he do Winnie the Pooh?
Anyway, Warframe. Loz is broken now. He was thinking of something to say or trying to get to the replies. I'm not entirely sure
I'm
which.
trying to look at what SWAT Cat stands for.
Oh my God, stop it.
He's still on it.
Anyway, right. So we're going back to the anime project thing. This was the original topic was describing. I think we should I think it should be done with some form of proxy. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah.
It's just depending on how it goes. So the first one is, I think you're describing the plot of The Incredibles. And yes, that does make sense. That was kind of like what the robot syndrome used to train all
Yeah.
the supers was. It would get smarter every time.
But this is
next-
also the plot of one of the episodes of Star Trek, Next Generation, where they're trapped on a planet because the planet used to be, it was a hub for selling weapons and things, and they built a weapon that basically destroyed the entire planet. And when Starfleet turned up, it was like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's scanning us. We should destroy it. And then it just started going absolutely nuts and attacking them, and it just kept on getting better and better. You don't remember that episode, do you? It looked like a lamp. A floating lamp.
I
Season
feel
1.
like I've seen a meme of this.
I don't remember this episode at all.
Season 1, Beverly, Picard. Oh, God. I'll tell you afterwards. This, like, I'm just going to...
Warframe.
Yeah, Warframe. God damn it.
SWAT Cats.
Oh my
As long
God.
as we do not have to suffer any more dialogue from Frodback, I'd be fine with this.
What's wrong with Frodback?
It's kind of annoying.
It's nowhere
I'll tell you
near
what.
as annoying as freaking out of V.
I'll tell you something.
Or Neff.
Tell you something.
What's wrong with
Oh
that?
no, but it can't be because that'd be too much Let's Go Near. Damn it.
Well,
I know obviously Frodbeck is one of the few Corpus antagonists we have, so it would be cool to see Frodbeck come back in some way. But they're trying to resurrect the Corpus original founder or something.
yeah.
Now I was about to say, I hope it's a woman because the Corpus bloody needs some female enemies, bad guys, something. It'd just be kind of cool.
Yeah.
We've got 3 on the Grenier side at the moment.
Kuva
3
Queen 1, Kuva Queen
5. Sorry, 5.
There's
Yeah.
2 Kuva Queens. Who are the other 3?
Elder Queen, Worm Queen, Kayla the Thame, and then the 2... Oh, God. Tiny bugs! What were the...
the 2 that fly around
The 2
and piss
sisters,
people
yeah.
off and sabotage. Yeah.
Tiny bugs!
Oh, the ones that got reworked.
What are they called?
Sprag and Venkatel.
Tiny bugs! That's what she says!
She just screeches that at you as soon as you walk through the damn portal.
You know I'm right.
Bug. Oh god, shiny bugs, don't you mean?
Oh, is it shiny? Oh, okay.
I've
But-
got
yeah, shiny
hammer
bugs.
flat and shiny bugs. More bugs, more shiny bugs. Flat, flat, flat. I make the shiny bugs flat.
It just sounds. Oh god.
Too many shiny bugs, I kill them.
Anywho,
There we go.
Trying to think.
Yeah,
Is there
I would-
any female corpus?
Yeah, exactly. There is no female because of the fact that a lot of
Hold on,
bosses. 'Cause
hold
that's
on.
where these things come from.
Technically, the people in Fortuna are kind of corpus.
no, they're not.
That's what I also said. Antagonist.
Yeah, I feel antagonized every time I walk in there. Different feelings.
I wouldn't say that. Like, I would say the Solarians are as corpus as the Austrians are Grenier.
Imagine if the Solarians went rogue and they became our liches. Just heads. It'd just be a
The
floating
body,
head.
the body without the head.
It'd just be the body
Yeah. There's our corpus liches. It's got the Animo processor inside a Solarian body. Oh, fucking legs.
It's got an ambulance head inside instead. You just open it up and it just starts beeping and screeching at you.
Yep. Legs
Or a
was
hyena.
never so threatening.
Oh dear. But anyway,
What gender are the hyenas?
They're robots. They don't
Robot.
have a gender.
Mm.
Yeah, I
True.
know I'm going to freaking trigger people about Star
that's
Wars.
robophobia.
Shut up!
Shadowstalker and Vor are better liches than Kuva liches because they're actually unkillable menaces.
Kuvalicious aren't meant to be unkillable.
I'm pretty
No.
sure.
Like, it's...
Oh, well, no.
Can you just imagine a Shadowstalker hopped up on Kuva?
Yes, and I want it.
Lich mowers would be kind of cool. They already have the modular mower system in the game. Could just swap some assets, automate it, and ship it right there. Yeah, maybe they can actually make some good-looking ones because
Can we, going back to the hyenas, can we just have a Kuva hyena pet? I would just, it's like the coolest thing I can think of.
Like, I'm really on board for this whole... You got to get a mower, an Animo mower, and you've got to, like, train it up. And then when it gets to a certain level...
You just stick it inside one
turns.
of the bodies from Solaris.
No, don't do that. It just turns against you, and then you have a choice of either killing it or keeping it.
okay. So
Goes rogue.
what I think you're saying
What?
is, hang on, let me have a look this up. What are they called? What are the little things that the crewmen sometimes spawn snipers?
Rattlers.
From their
Rattlers,
Rattlers.
yeah.
So what you're saying is, why don't we rescue a rattler? Then you have to train it up, and it becomes an osprey. Then you train it up, and it becomes a mower. You train it up, and it becomes a hyena.
Yeah, it seems legit. I'm pretty
Then
sure
it becomes-
everyone's down for this idea.
I've forgotten what the giant spiders are called. Oh god. It becomes an orb in the end.
Oh my god.
It starts off as the baby orb.
God.
So they spawn, and then it goes to the medium and the large.
If we can have Kuva orbs, I would be very happy.
Okay, Xeno. So I'm asking a question here. So, Xeno's Animo Moa idea ? Yes.
Plus orb.
No. I want to put "Are you high?"
Just put orbs as the final bottom.
No, I don't want to put like. The problem is,
Kuva
don't
orb.
care. Don't care. The problem is, if you put a joke answer, everyone will go for the joke answer because
Wasn't
it's
a
funny.
joke. It's a different option. It's psychopathic, but
It's still a joke answer then. Right, okay, so let's ask this question. And then is that all for the replies, or is there more replies?
All I can say is, they can't let me convert a corpus lich that looks like a Zoid. I will personally be the source of enough salt to double the ocean's concentration.
so you're the Warframe community.
I was actually gonna say payday, but
Oh damn it!
hold on. If all I'll say is if they can't let me convert a corpus lich that looks like a Zoid, I will personally be the so they're going to be super salty that they can't have.
Zoids helping them. They
Hmm.
want Zoids helping them. 'Cause Zoids
I'm
are
just
cool
thinking of
now.
Zoidbergs.
Do you remember Zoids?
The giant fuck off animal tank
Zoids?
things. Yeah.
Remember Zoids? Remember
Yeah.
SWAT cats? Remember SWAT cats?
Well, Zoids is nowhere near as old as fucking SWAT cats.
I know, but you remember Zoids? Remember Zoids?
But it's like, you're fucking talking about a giant fucking tank.
Remember Zoids?
Jesus Christ.
I regret Googling this.
Yeah, well, Zoids.
These are really cool, actually.
They are. They are. All right, moving on. Let's move on to topic 2.
It's a three-headed dragon. I want it.
Really? What?
Anyway,
I don't actually know if these are the right Zoids.
they probably are.
Wait, apparently they made more.
Basically, is it an animal that's a robot? And
Yeah,
a
they
tank?
made more in 2018.
Yeah. They're still popular, still go.
Kind of want to buy one of these.
They're pretty cool. But
Yeah.
anyway, moving on.
Spider.
Right, moving on to the next topic.
Wow, that one's a gorilla.
Moving on to
You
the
see
next
the
topic.
gorilla one?
Right. Default aura after changes. What are people going to use as default aura for their Warframes now that both corrosive projection and armor are getting nerfed?
Don't you dare
Most
say it.
people I know ran corrosive projection as a default on most builds. I'm assuming I'll move towards mostly power growth, steel charge, or energy siphon. Do either of you have an answer to this? That is not a joke.
Steel charge. Oh wait, not a joke.
Oh.
What's the one that you get from the flower things? That's such a
That
vague thing.
really fucking narrows it down.
The gold mob, the golden one that drops from the specters.
Stand United?
No, that's silver.
Isn't that what you're talking about?
No, growing power. Sorry, growing power is probably what I do.
Well, do you want me to quickly go through some of the ones, the
no,
the
it is
well-known
growing
ones?
power.
Okay.
You want me to?
Yeah, sure, why not?
We got aerodynamic, increases aim glide, wall actuation, reduces damage taken while airborne. That sounds cool. Brief respite grants shields equal to a percentage of energy spent. That's kind of cool. Combat discipline, allies gain health on kill, or a bearer loses health on kill. Why? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Cross projection, we know. Deadeye, increased sniper rifle damage. EMP aura, reduce corpus enemies' accuracy.
Yeah.
Ooh. Empowered blades, increase status chance and status damage on charged melee attacks. Again, interesting. Enemy radar. Energy siphon, regen. Growing power, yep. Infested impedance, slows infested down. Loot detector, loot on radar. Mecha empowered, increased damage against marked enemies. Oh, that's interesting.
I
Melee
think you
guidance.
need what's got a Kubro animal companion for that. I'm not entirely sure. The mecha empowered. I could be wrong.
You must have a Kubro companion equipped to make use of the set bonus.
There you go.
Oh, because a companion marks a target every
Yeah.
6 seconds, killing the target, right?
Yeah.
Why's it got to be a Kubro?
I don't know.
Weird.
Because they're the best.
No, I thought it was specifically Kubros. It might be any animal companion.
They're not. It's not the set that's specific to the infested Kubros, is it?
No. Moving on. Melee guidance, reduce melee combo duration on self, increase melee combo duration on allies, physique, increase maximum health, pistol amp, secondary damage, pistol scavenger, secondary ammo, power donation, increases allies' ability strength, reduces players' ability strength. That's kind of interesting. Rejuvenation, constant health regen, rifle amp, rifle damage, rifle scavenger, rifle ammo, shepherd, increases companion armor and health. Shield disruption, reduce enemy shields. Shotgun amp, shotgun damage. Shotgun scavenger, shotgun ammo. Sniper scavenger, sniper ammo. Speed holster, swap weapon switch. Sprint boost, sprint speed. Stand united, increases armor. Steel charge, melee weapon damage. Swift momentum, charge attack speed, and melee combo duration. And toxin resistance, reduces toxin damage. Why is there just toxin resistance?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You can never imagine that actually has a use.
I know often my go-to is Stand United, so I don't know how much of a use that would have.
Well, that's another thing I think they should revisit. Mods. Just mods in general. They need to get rid of the useless ones.
They should revisit the game.
Okay, why not?
Just do you even play the game? Yeah, I think I'll either go Stand United or maybe the EMP aura.
I think there's some interesting things in here. I wouldn't mind power donation because I don't bother really much with power strength on a lot of my builds. I'd use that. I think the fact that corrosive projection isn't the go-to now, there's a lot more options. You don't have to feel pressured to go for, this is what I'm going to use on everything.
I mean, also, corrosive projection still has a lot of use. It's just not as amazing as it was before.
Yeah?
I mean, it's still 18% per person, so...
And still reducing enemy armor down to 0 is still effective.
No, but you can't reduce it down to 0 now.
Can't you?
No, what's 18 times 4?
Yeah, but then you add in one of the drifts.
What? Coaction drift. And yeah, that's a possibility. Anyway. Tatsu?
Growing power.
Which one's growing power? Is it just more
It's
power?
a status chance one.
Oh, okay.
You give your teammates more status per chance, I think. Well, no. Sorry, I think you might give your teammates more power strength. I'm not sure.
Applying status effect with weapons, increase ability strength by 25% for 6 seconds.
When you apply a status effect, you give your teammates 25% extra power.
Yeah.
It's useful for things like Nova, I think. It's been a while.
How?
Or it was once upon a time.
I don't think it would have been ever useful for Nova. Because there's a cap at how much you can slow enemies down by. The only advantage it would give is just a bigger explosion. But we're not talking like a huge amount. So, yeah. Anywho. Right, so should we go to the replies?
Yes. If nothing changes, let's hope they buff gas. Gas is worse than toxic. Then corrosive projection is still a must-have because heat 50%. It says because heat 50% armor reduction plus corrosive reduction 18% equals 68% armor reduction plus viral new best element. You delete everything.
Okay.
Fair enough. I love growing power. More ability strength after status effect applied to an enemy. It's my current default aura for a lot of frame. I think with increased status chance on elemental procs, maybe this will be more interesting to use as well. More uptime.
Yeah.
Next one. I myself actually went away from corrosive projection energy siphon.
Yeah.
Naturally moving more to strengthened frames I use. Growing power, steel charge, power duration, aerodynamics, or swift momentum. If that doesn't help, I like enemy radar as an alternative. I don't feel like a single corrosive projection didn't help much at pretty much 90% of the content. And at content where it matters, you ran pre-mate groups, not pre-mate groups with 4 corrosive projections.
Yeah, that's true.
Getting approximately 80% armor reduction from 4 corrosive projections is still better than nothing. Granted, with the armor reduction on an enemy scaling, it won't be as mandatory as before, but I don't see it going away completely. Energy siphon, growing power, steel charge, and power donation might get a chance to shine now, but the rest of the auras are still bad. The last reply is, enemy radar is a good quality of life aura that you'll start seeing more now. That's kind of true. I think we'll start seeing a lot more.
No, I don't know, because like I use the animal companion enemy loot dar.
Yeah, but
a lot of people have been using enemy radar since last year's mainline. Tenno mainline, rather. The one that came out before that.
Why?
But around then is when they started using enemy radar mainly.
Why?
Like, if you look up a lot of builds, like, and there's a build Discord that I follow, people just use it for quality of life. I don't know why. Question it. It's just something I've noticed a lot of people using.
Is if you lose your companion, you lose your radar, which is tricky. and you can stack up the enemy radar from auras so that you get a very big radar, which is kind of useful for seeing enemies and working off that, I guess. Who knows? But anyway, I think that's it for topic 2. I think that, to be honest, I think we're going to see a lot more of the other auras. There is no go-to aura anymore, and I think that's just generally good for the game.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised that Stan United wasn't even on that list. Okay.
Well, maybe with the shield changes.
Well, no, because like nearly every Warframe had a shield buff. Like Nova Prime went from 68 armor to like 150. Like I think the same for Banshee. She went from like 15 to 150. Like there's huge armor buffs across the board. So things like Steel Charge are going to have a huge impact. So, what am I doing? Topic 3. Topic 3. Right. Shotguns and launchers feel very underwhelming. AoE weapon damage reduction and the being very harsh and the explosion radius being worse. Shotgun status changes being a nerf to greater than 30% status chance shotguns and doing barely anything to help less than 30% status chance shotguns. Launchers receive a massive nerf with 90% fall off and 20% increased AoE didn't help. A 3.6% status chance per pellet Piranha Prime is a complete joke. Why couldn't DE just leave status chance numbers as they were, but make it so that it is not divided between the pellets? Except these two things, this is a pretty good update. Shields are pretty viable right now, at least from what I've seen, and the enemy rebalance is nice. Now I don't need to use corrosive on every build.
Why this person talk like a robot, Xeno?
See,
I know you can read better than this. Where you
I think it's like someone in year 3 trying to read out a long letter in an assembly. Sorry.
You're not wrong.
Xeno like that. Just
Right.
make him feel bad. Poor Xeno. Now.
I don't know how much you've not had a chance to play the update, have you, Loz? Right, okay. I've played with the Brahma, I've played with the Toncore, I've not played with any shotguns as of yet. The explanation that they gave for the status change during DevStream 139, I think was really valuable. You know, I think that it's not right for shotguns to do such insane damage based on the pellet, right? The damage per pellet was, sorry, the status chance, it was never divided by, was it divided by per pellet before?
I believe so.
Yeah, it was just never conveyed in the UI, and only now, like, so they've changed. Like, oh my god! So basically, this person is mewing over the fact that their once amazing build has now been de-amazinged.
I have a simple solution.
Don't play
Get
it.
good.
No, I don't like to just...
No, it's not just a get good thing. You've got to adapt. It's how it works. Things change.
I think you have to apologize for it. I think get good is fine because the get good is changed. Before, this person was good because they had a weapon with whatever build was using was a good build. You know, we all know what I mean by good. And now that's changed, again. So they need to get good again. They need to. They might need to relearn the game. They might need to look at a different weapon. They might need to go get a Riven and roll it some more. But they can't rely on what they have. That's the problem.
Just to pull out the Brahmin.
This was exactly the same. Oh god, I can't. What was the gun called? What was the gun called?
Describe it.
The green pistol with a
Stug.
No. You it was a clan research. It fires needles. It's a toxic pistol, and we used to say it was air powered because you'd acrid. Is it the acrid?
Is it the acrid?
It's infested looking.
You just take off the barrel.
Yes, the acrid.
You look down at it.
So,
yep, there's still ammo in it, and you see it back up.
That arrow's still there. Guns can still shoot. So yeah, these are the kind of things we saw when we had, because the acrid was the best gun in damage 1.0. As soon as we hit damage 2.0, people used to complain, "Oh, what's happened to my acrid build? Blah 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 blah. It's underwhelming. I can't do anything with my acrid." I've never really heard anyone even say anything about the acrid in years. You know, it used to be the gun.
It's now just meh.
Now just meh, yeah. So okay, now shotguns probably are a bit meh when they used to be very good before. Just how things change, you know.
But the big thing is, shotguns weren't a bit meh. They were a bit overpowered. They were really overpowered, right?
I'm just glad that the cone price for ribbons has dropped.
The fact that every pellet had 100% chance to status proc something.
Yeah.
You know, so, look, I've just used this Corinth, which has 8 pellets, right? I have now status procced, you know, an assortment of 8 things.
I can give a great example of how broken shotguns were. My Corinth ribbon took the status chance down to 8%. It had minus 90% status chance, double crit, and multi-shot on it. I could use that and I would still get 100% status, because that negative status was a worthless stat. It just did nothing.
Wow.
It would always 100% get a slash proc, get a corrosive proc. Anything I shot would get procced. And it would still be hitting like 10k, 20k per pellet on the crit as well, because it was over 100% crit.
That just sounds ridiculous.
It's like point blanking someone with a tank.
Yeah, it's not that I have no sympathy for this person. Like, I can appreciate it. If something's changed that you've been so reliant on before, it doesn't make you feel good, but it's vital for the game to evolve. It's vital for, you know, I've seen a few instances where people are like, oh, you know, you shouldn't have changed the damage of the players. You should have only just changed it for the NPCs. And it's just like, so what? You want to fight level 200 enemies with no difficulty whatsoever? Like, where is the fun in that? Right? Okay, so I've just spent 2 hours doing a survival to eventually get to the No, it's like what they have done is slowly growing into the solution. This isn't
making things more casual.
Oh, I'm not going to deny that.
Things are getting a lot more casual now.
But at some
really a lot more casual.
Shield gating and low blast damage.
Yeah, no self damage.
Yeah,
that to me alone is just screams and making it a lot more for casual players. But I kind of agree with that, because
says Captain, I kill myself with a Brahma every half a second I get a chance.
Now, I mean, not then.
But then explosive weapons aren't used that. I wouldn't think they'd use that much by the newer, easier players, or players looking to get the game. And also, shield gating does also apply to enemies, which does make Corpus more threatening. So,
has Hildren had a change in her
No
passive?
I do not believe so. They probably will change it now, though.
What was I think Hildren had an immunity phase with her shield gating.
Wow, so there's 3 parts to her passive in the wiki.
What?
Shield gating, shield energize, and upgrade.
Yep, that's about right.
And Nova just gets farts.
Yes.
Useful farts.
Are they?
I haven't played Nova in a while, actually.
Do you know? I think did Actually, let me just check the patch notes on this. Yeah, sorry, you go. I'll look for it.
Well, they fixed Hilda and Titania from being like immune to everything.
Well, that was
that
just
was
a bug.
amusing.
It
It was an amusing bug.
Okay. I have no real issue with them changing anything. If this is a problem, they will address it relatively quickly. I've seen content creators already bash on them within 24 hours of them releasing this, saying that they're not going to fix it, blah, blah. And that's the sort of talk that will get DE to not continue to support the feature. So, don't rag on them just yet. It's been less than 24 hours since it came out.
Just over now.
Well, just over now, yeah.
Yeah, I was just sort of checking to make it in. So they've made it so that you can shoot through the wormholes.
Yeah.
As maybe that they should have just put that in as Nova's passive. That would have made so much sense. Like Nova can shoot through her own portals. Like, yeah.
No, I think her fart should just, when she falls over, she just creates a random wormhole.
I really want them to change the graphics in the wormhole so I can see what's on the other side.
Does that proc when you stagger?
What do you mean?
Can you knock yourself over with? I've not tried this staggering thing of exploding ground.
Oh, God, no!
No. You don't fall over like that. It's not like a. Oh God, what's the name of the damn thing? A scorpion grab. It's whenever you proper fall on the floor. The dodge roll thing doesn't count as that. Otherwise, that would be amazing.
The butt has to hit the floor.
Yep. She has the proper fart.
They need to come up with a better one that's hilarious.
Yep. She got a butt fart. She all that fatty. Anyway.
Right. Shall we look at the replies?
Yep, sure.
Any launcher other than the Brahman/Tonkor is underwhelming for most people.
What?
That's what it just says.
I'm surprised about... What's the other one I'm thinking of? Not the... Shit, what's the cannon? No, they're what about things like the Brahma isn't a launcher, that's a bow for a star. What about the lens?
Lens, yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, I don't concur with this at all.
With the reduction in armor scaling throughout the game, crit shotguns can just straight out kill high-level armored targets without stripping with corrosive. My Vacor Heck is 3-shotting level 170 gunners now.
Cool.
There you go. Next reply is...
Things I just use mag.
Yeah. You actually have to remake your build. Don't just use your old builds with the new system and act like it's worse. That's a fair point. It's like, I suppose we haven't had a shake-up like this in Warframe for a very long time. But that's what it used to be back in the day. You used to be like, right, we've changed all these things. You're like, oh, okay, this doesn't work now. This build doesn't work now. It's like, okay.
I prefer it when the game actually changes often.
Yeah.
It keeps things fresh.
As long as the change isn't too like, oh, we just tipped it on its head now. It's like, it's a nice progressive change.
Yeah. Like, say a weapon's getting extremely overused, I'd rather not just sit and wait 6 months for it to continually be overused, then nerf it. I think they should. I really feel like they should do monthly nerfs. It sounds bad, but I want balance changes more often, especially for weapons.
I want the
Riven disposition
to be automated by an AI. Yeah, no, seriously. Like every week, every month, you pick a number.
I think they should also cap. This is going to sound like the absolute worst thing ever, but I think they should be able to cap amounts of platinum being traded for specific weapons. Riven prices are going to just a little bit too much.
I don't know.
You probably won't have that much exposure to it. So.
Well, no, I mean, like, you got to think, though, if we did that, then like we won't get the amazing stories of when Prime Chamber finally comes out and people pitching a fit because they spent $500,000 platinum on it.
What you mean? So people who spend thousands and thousands of plat on a specific weapon ribbon and then it gets nerfed into the ground next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the highest, the most.
Yeah,
I've
the
ever seen
Riven Mafia.
on a weapon ribbon. I was about to shout out a few members then, but I'm not gonna do
Yeah,
that.
please.
I know too many of them, and I hate them all.
Yeah, let's keep the.
Xeno's afraid of the mafia. Mafiosos will come kill him.
They'll cancel my YouTube channel.
Right,
Well-
moving on. Not the actual mafia.
Huh?
I'm disappointed with the state of launchers now. If it doesn't have some kind of bomblet mechanic like Brahma or Tsar, you're forced to be accurate with a weapon that is meant to be hard-hitting and inaccurate. I can understand why they did it, looking at you, Brahma, but now we have things like Tonkor, Ogress, and Penta that were smacked with a nerf, even though the AoE damage was a thing that kept them in line with most of the top weapons in the game.
There's
How
nothing
dare
wrong with the
you blame
Tonkor.
Brahma?
What did they do to the...
No, I
AoE
think
damage?
the idea is that they've reduced the radius of the explosions, so
Nice.
you could be lazy. But the thing is, like, the Tonkor exploded on contact with enemies. Oh wait, did they? No, wait. How did they check?
We can now see, as of today, in the stats menu, how big the radius is of the explosion. I like
Woo.
that.
No, but like, I know they changed. Does the Tonkor explode on impact to any surface?
I think it bounces once.
Yeah, it explodes on contact
With enemies, I
with
thought.
enemies. Yeah, straight away. That's a guaranteed because
But Penta was the one that had to touch an enemy.
No, you control the
no,
Penta's explosions.
the Penta was on alt fire.
That was
No, the Tonkor used to be it would explode on any surface, but then people were trying to rocket jump. They kept on fudging it, and then they reduced the damage that the Tonkor did to the players, and blah 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 blah. And then people started using the Tonkor as a point blank shotgun, doing insane levels of damage. And then they put a minimum distance. They brought the self damage back up to par with everything else. And then people were complaining because the shell would bounce off a surface, hit them again, and then they die. So then they had to have a minimum distance for the Tonkor to explode. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the Tonkor's fine. There's nothing wrong with... Oh, I'm sorry, you have to fucking aim.
Okay. The new way of calculating status chance makes much more sense. It just looks like it is majorly... Yeah, it just looks like it is majorly nerfed, since the numbers are smaller. It was never 33% chance for any pellet to proc. It was 33% chance that any one pellet of them all might proc. They actually increased the status chance of shotguns, even though it looks smaller.
Yeah, so it's...
Yeah, that's it.
It's... I think before it was the status chance per pellet, and I think it could only go up to like 39% before it just jumped up to 100%. But they've changed it now, so I think it's status chance per pellet and oh god, at 100% status chance, it gives you like 50% per pellet or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but it's better per pellet. But technically it's worse per pellet, but it's just healthier. As long as you don't have 100, just redo your build. It's fine.
I think a lot of these also we need to give people. Let's be fair. There hasn't been time for a lot of videos for people to come out advising people how to rebuild their build.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that a lot of people just go to these videos, look for a build, go, that's the build I shall use, and just plug it in and use it.
Yeah.
People should. Oh wait, no. This is going on YouTube. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, please don't.
You know what I was going to say.
No, I don't know what you're going to say. That was concerning.
Regarding what I said yesterday about builds on YouTube.
Moving on. So
Last reply.
Yeah.
Cyanix, my favorite gun, feels a lot worse now. Stagger is not only on the radial gas attack, but also on the projectiles themselves, which would be fine if the bullets didn't bounce. Also, up to 90% damage reduction on radial attacks really hurts. Really hurts it, sorry. As the radial attack has only a range of 0.7. 90% damage reduction on radial attacks.
what's the Cyanex?
I don't even know.
It is.
It's someone's favorite gun. I feel like it's a melee weapon, but
Oh, what? Sentient high tech. It's like the Corpus secondary burst fire pistol.
oh, that thing.
No idea. Can you
Yeah.
paste it?
Yeah,
Paste
shove
an
it in the-
image.
Wait, what image?
As they paste an image. No, to the group, Loz. I can't change the chat because I got the webcams up. What
Yeah,
the
that
fuck
thing.
is that?
When did it come out?
Fortuna?
No.
No.
I think this came out of Railjack.
Didn't it come out with... Yeah, it was one of the railjet weapons, wasn't it? It came out with the other Tatsu.
The other Tatsu.
Those are the crappy-looking Tatsu I still don't have.
Yeah.
Came out in... Oh, God, really? Okay, it came out in Update 25, which was the Jupiter rework.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, no, that's why I recognize it. It's because it looks sentient-like.
Yeah, that's why I thought it came up with Railjack, but fair enough, though, yeah.
Okay.
What did that go? So it's one of Wisp's weapons, then.
Yeah. No,
Ish.
well, I think it's the secondary,
Ish.
it's the pistol. Yeah.
Please do not ever prime that.
Well, why would it? It's not a Tenno weapon.
True.
It
Yeah.
actually is listed as an amalgam auto pistol produced by the Corpus that incorporates sentient technology into its
So
design.
it's... it's the first hybrid weapons, isn't it?
Well,
to be honest,
we need a prefix for sentient tech. What do we call it?
sentient
Dex.
tech.
Dex.
Oh no, Dex is the anniversary stuff.
GG.
Yeah, Dex is anniversary. Can't be Prime, can't be Wraith,
So-
can't be Vandal.
Kex.
Kex. Kex, Synex. Synex, Kex.
Anyway, I feel that the big thing here is if you feel some weapons are massively nerfed by this change, don't hesitate to put a forum post on the Warframe forums to simply say, I don't think this gun is as good anymore, because there's how many hundreds of weapons in Warframe now. They're certainly not going to have been able to check them all before the update went live.
Yeah.
So
I mean, before you do go and post on the forums, make sure you try out another build. It could just
Fair
be that
point.
your build's changed.
fair point.
Also search on YouTube, Reddit, and the forums for people advising and maybe already talking about this weapon in the new build or the new format.
Yep.
There's Discord servers for it as well.
Yep.
Right.
Or just
Okay.
do the maths yourself.
Should we move on to the memes?
Oh,
We have memes.
Have you sent me the memes, Loz?
I think so.
Don't think so.
I think so.
Think so.
You think so?
I don't. What?
Yeah. You heard me.
No, I didn't. Right.
You did.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't hear you at all. Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No. Well, here we go, guys, for meme frame review for Xeno. There we go.
Yeah.
So we are gonna. I haven't said this in a while, so I'm gonna say where these memes come from. The memes are in the description of the video below if you want to go to them. All of the memes come from r/memeframe subreddit, which is a really cool little. If you're ever bored and you like Warframe and you want a bit of a joke, go on there because these people are posting daily hilarious memes. So I could never post them all, but I pick a 6. I feel they're not always the top voted best ones of the week, and we just have a little bit of a laugh. And there will be no double memes this week. There will be no double memes next week. There'll be double memes when I want there to be double memes. Maybe we'll be the best.
But the community wants double memes, Loz.
Well,
I'm
they have to
sorry.
say double
Moving on.
memes
Let's
more.
do this. Do this.
How many times I can say double
Let's
memes?
do this.
Right, so the first meme is the good old days. No one. Warframe in 2015. And there we have a classic meme.
Oh, I just realised what it was.
I
was like-
what is it,
Yeah.
Xeno?
Oh, it's the torpedo. Sorry, the torpedo,
The
You know,
torpedo.
which
Yeah.
was used to melee air jump around and allowed.
Copter.
No, it didn't. No, that was the Zoran copter.
You could also copter with it though.
Could you?
Yeah, of course you could. It was still decent for it.
I didn't know you could do a spin attack like that with the Tepido.
You could do a spin attack with any melee weapon.
I don't think you could.
Yeah,
I thought it was the
you just
two-handed
crouch.
weapons.
Huh?
I thought the whole point of the Zorancopter was because it was the attack animation with the two-handed weapons.
They always did a spin attack on slide. All melee weapons do a spin attack on slide.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Right, next one.
Fine. Moving on to the second meme. Everyone's getting Hildren's passive. Hildren's passive.
Right.
Everyone has a shield gate, and then we have the classic, a disgruntled-looking man his face is just so expressive. Or we've got an Iros and Nidus there. Everyone has a shield gate. It's like they don't have shields.
No. Look on the side.
Sneaking in on the side then. Yeah, this was a repeat of this. Someone else put it without that bit. They've got Hildren just sort of subtly leaning in a little bit there. Also disgruntled with these changes. Yep. Very nice meme. Moving on to meme number 3. Self-stagger be like. My 10,000-year-old war machine getting hit by one Hiku with a concealed explosive. And then we have a football player who's just flung themselves to the floor.
Of course.
With stagger.
I feel like this is just watching any football match.
Indeed.
Isn't that the staple with football? I thought it was.
You must cry on the floor.
Yeah.
Right, well, moving on to meme number 4.
You got to fake an injury.
This was Xeno.
What the hell?
Presses G with tears of joy. The pupil of your eye can expand over 45% when you see something you love.
Actually, was it you, Tatsu, who was complaining? Like, so
I complained yesterday because I was like,
yeah,
I just turned around and said, they're giving us Argon back, but all it's going to do for a lot of people is just sit there and decay.
Yeah, and then I turned around and was like, nah, I get to build Atlas Prime. It means I don't have to farm Argon. But yes.
Mine's decaying right now.
Yep.
Moving on to number 5.
No, not the Flash meme.
There was a lot of memes to do with shotguns and chroma and nerfing and the patch. So I went with this one because I thought it was good. But rest in peace. The Oliver Queen over his own grave. Pellet-based shotguns are dead. The 2020 mainline update.
No. Oliver Queen's the Arrow. That's the Flash.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's from the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Even I can see Green Arrow below there, yeah. So
He be dead.
well, there we go.
Rest in peace.
Actually, one thing, like a really random side tangent is I just find it so interesting the fact that America like flips people off with the V like that.
The bird.
But no, that's not the bird. The bird is the middle
that's
finger.
not the bird. Sorry. That's
But yeah, it's like as Loz puts it, it's like that's victory for us. That's a swear.
Yeah.
That's just Grant Gustin trying to look cool, but failing.
Yeah. I think he's meant to be doing the insult. I don't think he's supposed to be doing victory. I think he's doing a...
No, he's doing the victory.
He's just doing it to take the piss, yeah.
Yeah, because he survived.
It's because he survived, yeah.
I mean, it's odd because you don't see many people do,
flip
2
off
fingers
everyone
up.
in the video.
Yes, I'll flip off everyone in the video.
I already did. It's fine.
It's fine, but you don't really... It's in Europe, that is flipping people off. Like, that is, like, really bad.
I thought that was in the UK and France.
It's been, I think, is a bit of a...
If you smack someone with a baguette in France, I'm pretty sure that's an insult.
Yeah, I mean, there was
something
something about it being it's to do with after the Battle of Agincourt, then they would chop off the fingers of British people because
it was
they
the
were
archers.
Longbowmen or something. But I think that's been
knocking
debunked.
fingers.
Yeah, I think it's been debunked. I'm not sure if that was an actual true thing or much to it. So it was kind of like you could do that to them to show, look, I've still got my fingers. Yeah. It's kind of like,
I just had the realization that I have only one karma on Reddit. I'm kind of depressed.
Moving on.
I have many karma. Probably pitiful compared to some people. It depends what Reddit's you on. Right, the final meme of the week, though. I like this one. Even though this didn't get that many uploads. It do be like that. I thought this one was hilarious. We have a small child running away from an orangutan on a bike, being Devstream139, coming for the small child, which is me, a Chroma Prime and Tigris Prime player. That's what Devstream139 is doing. It's coming for you.
That is
It's scary, the
freaky.
image alone. It's an
It's
old image. I mean, he's got a little mermaid. Oh, it's a she. The genderless child.
Just the child.
Apologies, internet.
The child. Just go
Genderless
with-
Bob.
Oh my
You don't know
God.
how they self-identify. They might self-identify as a 97-year-old.
That orangutan definitely does. He looks just like an old man. Just
I thought you were right to say they might identify as an Apache attack helicopter. Right.
I mean,
so
also-
right. So that's it for the memes. Let's move on to the community shoutouts as opposed to the YouTube responses. So the first community shoutout, I see Loz frantically copying and pasting. Good job, Loz. Right. The first community shout out is this absolutely insane Demos Claws by Syncresis. Right? So I saw a Twitter post of Reb wearing at least one of the claws while holding, like, so they're 3D printed, they're painted and everything. Apparently this has taken Kaz months to do. I think she said 3 months or something. And
oh my god,
it just looks fucking insane.
that eyeball!
The
is so
eyeball!
fucking freaky.
Yeah.
Does it move?
I don't know, but it would have been really clever if she put like a weighted eyeball on it and then it could actually move,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm
that
not
would
signed
be
into
cool.
Twitter. I kind of want to. Oh, I am signed into Twitter.
Everyone should be signed into Twitter. How insane is that?
I actually went to just look at it in game so I could get a better look at it. That is so cool.
Yep.
3D printed.
Right, so from the depths of my blah 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 to the back of my hand, finally with, well, one of them, my Demos Claws. This project took about 3 months, mostly for paint. It's 3D printed.
Well, I'm curious. I wonder if they just ripped the model and then just went 3D printer, make me this.
Kaz made the model.
Made
Yeah.
the model.
She works at DE.
Oh.
It's Kaz. We've had her on the show, Loz.
Who?
Oh my god.
She's gonna listen to this.
Could
And
have
just
ripped the
be
model.
so sad.
I hope she's not listening to this. Right.
She's
So,
one of the 3D models at the.
We've recorded more than one episode of this show?
yes. Right. Do you
Just
remember?
open her profile. You'll see.
Right.
Made the bloody.
Do you remember episode 250 where we had Drew, Skyers, and Kaz on? And
I don't quite remember that many.
Drew had his dog jump on him during the recording, and both Skyers and Kaz had their cats turn up, right? Skyers and Kaz do like the gun plus stuff.
Never ends.
Oh
Kaz
my
made
God.
the. What's the weapon that's on her profile? In a pinned tweet.
I don't know.
I've forgotten the name of
I
it.
don't know what it looks like.
Never ends.
Right.
It's
so
one of the infested weapons.
So, second community shout out is this incredible Siren by Frevelisk.
Yo.
I think this is supposed to be another artist's design, Mura Casadaris.
No, it's a commission for that person.
No, but it's their like colors and everything for their
Oh,
Siren.
yeah.
I don't know what it's stabbing into what.
It's
That's the
apparently Juggernaut. Yeah.
It's easily. You can easily tell that's Juggernaut.
Yeah, not for me because it's like a tiny little preview from the recording.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, be glad you're not opening it fully because the trendings is not great. Just coronavirus related trending.
It's fine. The
What are you
third.
talking about? My top one is hashtag Picard.
Oh,
Mine's
God.
hashtag Corona songs, which is kind of ironic because it's sarin. Just spread that disease.
The third community shout out is this Avara Prime by Tower Practice.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
I wouldn't. Okay, interesting to say Prime. That I
Well,
don't
to
really
be
mean.
fair, it didn't actually have any text at all. But this
Oh.
is Avara with the.
I would say Avara premium skin, but
Yeah,
That's not the
if you
Avara
scroll down
premium
a little
skin.
bit, if you scroll down a bit, someone put Avara Prime question mark, and she said yes. Or
almost too many cop-outs. Oh, okay.
I really do wish the skirt was that long. That's such a
Yeah,
nice...
that's what I was saying. Is I would love. As my point was trying to get to is I would love to see this as a premium skin. Is what my point.
I
was.
apologize, Loz. I
This
thought you were
better be a
referring
Wisp
to
skin.
the.
Actually, yes.
I thought
I'd
you.
love this to
I thought
Wisp.
you were referring to the very sharp and pointy Avara deluxe skin.
Oh, the one that we just had that I'm probably never going to buy.
Yeah.
Oh, the
It
next
looks like it
one.
should be an Equinox skin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've not seen this.
That image alone to me, it's not an Avara skin. That's
Yeah.
skin.
Wisp,
Okay.
yeah, I think a little bit of changes could have easily made that a lovely Wisp skin.
Right. So talking about Wisp, the fourth community shout out is this Wisp by Katie Morning, and it looks
Retweet.
adorable.
It's fucking amazing.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, not that. My
Where's
face was the wrong
Raul?
one.
We must send this to Raul.
Go send it to Raul.
Raul.
What's this? The Wisp?
Yeah.
Number
Raul
4.
has a wisp fetish? Addiction?
Admiration.
Sorry, Raul,
Appreciation.
Uh,
Well, I really like it.
Oh, yeah. No, I like it.
I actually really, really like the pose. Probably
Oh,
more
yeah.
than anything.
it's very Casper-y.
Yeah, no, I really do like the. I wouldn't say Casper.
The eyes. I just really get like the eye slots. That's so
Yeah.
cute.
Anyway.
The slots are just bigger.
Is it me or is it supposed to be like a little bit out of focus, or is that my screen?
Yeah, it
messing
is.
up? Right.
Right.
It's kind of 3D colors.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Do I have any 3D glasses?
Oh, if that's like got some 3D stuff in it, that would be.
I don't think it does. It's
Even if it
shadows.
just- No, shame.
Right. The fifth community shout out is this Lotus joining Smash Bros by Wowacat. I have no idea how you pronounce that.
Wawawa cat.
Wowacat.
No, Wawawa cat. You got
Wawawa
an A
cat.
in the middle. Wawawa cat.
Just looks
Whoa,
like,
okay.
that is an adorable Excalibur.
Yep.
That is so adorable.
And it's got. Wait. He has
We
a
were told
scar.
we could find you in a world of light, made
You
in
can-
celebration of the Lotus joining Smash Bros. For Spirits in Black. And congratulations, Warframe.
You say scarf or scar?
Scarf.
Yeah, you can put the normal Excalibur skin on Umbra and still wear the scarf.
So it's a lie.
No.
No, he's stolen the Vault Scarf we never got.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, job
Mm.
done.
Right. And
Wasn't
then.
Prime Time.
And then the last community shout out is
I don't see.
yeah. Well,
Oh, wait,
just click on the link. Right, is this amazing Warframe piece by 003? I have no idea how to pronounce his name.
Ostrov.
Son of a bitch.
If you say it without the numbers, it makes more sense.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it?
This piece.
I want to buy it.
I'd see this person knows me very well because do you see the amazing thing they have done in this piece of image here?
Isn't it mostly deluxe skins?
No, you've got
Palatine,
basic,
Loki, Frost,
basic Vault, basic Excalibur, basic Mag.
Limbo.
Nyx.
Yeah, basic Limbo.
Vault is Vault Prime, I believe. No.
No, that's the regular Vault.
Okay, the helmet looks weird. Leave me alone. I love it.
Yeah, the helmet is kind of a bit weird, but you can tell by the not so
sorry.
crazy shoulder
None of
pads.
them are Prime anyway.
I'm assuming it's the Prime
One of them is-
Excalibur.
Yes,
Okay,
this person appreciates and understands my pain, and so they have shown in graphic detail how the original. If you look at the Excalibur Prime, you can see there's sort of a ghost above it, sort of fading away above it. That's my original helmet fading into the ether. Represent. You see it?
I think you
Yeah,
may be
yeah.
reading a little bit too much into it.
Oh, heavily. They clearly just did it, and then they resized the
I was
Excalibur Prime.
just-
I'm looking at it and taking it that they can see my helmet. It's gone.
Also, did you say that was the default Loki? Because that's not the default Loki. That's the Knave skin.
Sorry, no, I meant the.
How does this only have 2 retweets? I'm sorry.
What? Okay, buttons need clicking.
Right.
I'm just going to put ooh. That's the comment.
Jesus. Right. That is it for the community shoutouts. Loz, good sir. It is time.
Low-tech operator. This is a Type 40 Lasset, able to take you to any planet in the known solar system and to any area of extra-dimensional existence. Void physics.
Crap, have I seen this?
I haven't seen this, but you know of this. Or you know of the thing this is. You might not be aware of this' actual existence, because obviously this is the movie of the thing. You might not be aware they made a movie of this, because nobody did, and the Americans did it. And we're like...
So, it gives me the air of this is an English piece of literature. I'm going to guess Terry Pratchett. Wait, is this the Hogfather? No.
Low-tech operator. This is a Type 40 Lasset, able to take you to any planet in the known solar system and to any area of extra-dimensional existence. Void physics.
I don't feel like Doctor Who, but it's not.
It is.
Really?
It's Doctor Who.
Low-tech Grace. This is a Type 40 TARDIS, able to take you to any planet in the universe and to any date in that planet's existence. Temporal physics.
How did I guess that?
I left Type 40 in, so there's probably some small note to the back of your
Yeah,
brain.
I think somewhere in the back of my brain I just thought, TARDIS.
Wait,
Which Doctor was that?
is this the 8th Doctor, the movie?
The movie, yeah.
Yes!
This was an
that's it.
American?
It was
Yeah,
an
it was an
American
American
project
production.
thing, yeah.
Oh,
I never
Well,
watched it.
I've never
did.
watched it, but I'm aware of it.
I did. It's like, yeah, no, I watched that freaking ages ago.
I love that they brought that Doctor back, and they finished off.
Which Doctor was the 8th one?
The one before the War Doctor.
It's not the
just
8th
trying
Doctor
to think.
anymore.
I'm trying to think of the name of the actor, not the actor.
Spoilers. It's not the 8th Doctor anymore.
Oh. Yeah, no, he is the 8th Doctor.
No, he isn't.
He is. I don't care. That doesn't exist.
72,838 Doctor, for all we know.
Fuck off. Like, stop ruining things. Not you, Loz. I
Blame
just
the
mean
BBC
people.
for that. Fucking writers.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Fucking
it for this episode of
shit.
this episode of 10 o'clock. Thank you very much for listening. I now need to go rant about how my childhood is being ruined even further.
Space Cats. No, wait, SWAT Cats.
SWAT Cats. We must stop them remaking SWAT Cats. It shall remain perfect forever.
I don't think they're ever going to remake it.
Genuinely, I found a tweet, right, where this guy said, hey, do you see this movie here? Looper, do you see this movie here? What's it called? Waterworld, right? These are bad movies. Why didn't you remake those?